Hello, Gordon here, hope all is well with you. And this Facebook Live I've called 42,000 stats about the London Marathon. Because it was the London Marathon today, Sunday the 28th of April 2019. It was the London Marathon, and I did the London Marathon myself back in 2008. And I've been watching it since the first one back in the early 80s. I've been watching it ever since I did it. In fact, I think pretty much the only year I haven't watched it is when I was doing it. And I love watching it, and there's some statistics, because I like my statistics when it comes to sport. And the commentators mentioned some today that really made me smile. So I thought I would mention them in this video. And also, marathon is a classic goal achievement subject, isn't it? So well worth putting in this Transform Your Life Now page. So 42,000 people were on the start line this morning. 42,000 people, which is a record number of people on the start line. It's just a huge, you hear it and you think, okay, yeah, fair enough. But we're not talking about 4,200, 42,000 people. If you imagine that number of people all in one group, that's a fairly big football stadium full, and they're all on the start line of the London Marathon. And 42,000 also happens to be the number of metres in a marathon, because a marathon is about 42 kilometres, 26 miles and a bit, 42 kilometres good enough, which is 42,000 metres. And the reason I mention that is because the race today the men's race was won by the current world record holder, Eliud Kipchoge. And his world record is 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds. Now, if you run a marathon in 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds, you need to do a 100 metres in 17 seconds, right? But then do that 420 times in a row. I'm shaking my head because I just can't believe it every time I think about it. I can't run 100 metres in 17 seconds once. I don't know when was the last time you tried running 100 metres. It's quite a long way. It's much further than it looks when you see it in the Olympics on television. So I can't run 100 metres in 17 seconds once. But to do it 420 times in a row without stopping, unbelievable. So there's some great statistics. Oh, I can't say it anymore. Statistics about the London Marathon with the number 42. And when I say 42,000 stats, I'm not going to go through all 42,000, but if you think about the 42,000 people on the start line, well, each one of those 42,000 is a statistic, aren't they? They've all got a story about why they're running the marathon, about how they got to the start line, about their training program, whether they found it easy, whether they found it difficult. Because I've got my stories about why I was on the start line, my training program, how I found it difficult, the bits I found easy, the enjoyment, the joyful atmosphere on the day, to be honest. The atmosphere on the day is unbelievable. It really is a carnival atmosphere. And all the crowds in the streets. Although something else you don't see on the television, there are bits of the 26-mile course in London where you're running along and there aren't many crowds. And it goes very quiet, and you can really hear your feet hitting the pavement and people breathing around you, where the crowds disappear and thin out quite dramatically in some spaces. You don't see those bits on the television so much. But yeah, what a goal achievement classic tick to do a marathon. That's really the main reason that I did it. to see if I could do it, to give myself the challenge of doing it, to go through the process of researching how to train yourself to do it, because I'm not a runner, how to get ready, to face difficulties, to deal with injuries, to go through the process of entering the race and the logistics involved in all of that. So I went through it and I've done it. I've got the medal to prove it. And I really enjoyed it. I haven't done it since. I've applied a few times since, as it happens, but haven't got in. I didn't apply this year, but what happens every year when I watch it, I get inspired to apply next year. So it's a real goal achievement classic, along with things like skydiving, climbing Everest, things like that, swimming with dolphins. So when it comes to the goal achievement side of things, as part of my Transform Your Life Now content, let me know if you've ever done a marathon, or have you thought about doing it? And if you thought about doing it, why haven't you done it? Have you swum with dolphins? Have you done a skydive? Have you cuddled koala bears? Whatever you might think of as classic life sort of bucket list things, let me know which ones you've done or you thought about doing. Now, when it comes to my Transform Your Life Now content, you may have been following me on my own profile or my other page, Online Passion Profits with Gordon Bryan, about me having a bit of a quandary about how to present my training and coaching, whether to do it in the form of one-off one-to-one sessions, or maybe a course, or maybe a membership. And this kind of indecision has held me back and stopped me from taking action, which is a classic goal achievement, self-improvement and personal development problem. It holds back a lot of people, and I've realised that it's been holding me back. So I've been trying to do something about it. And in the last couple of weeks, I had made a decision. I wasn't sure about the decision, but I thought I would make the decision and see what happened. And in the couple of weeks since, I've been dithering about whether I had made the right or the wrong decision. So here's what I've decided to do. I've got a couple of more videos to watch from a coach that I'm following, and he's got a few videos spread out over some days coming up. That's going to take at least a week to get the next 3 videos watched. So my current plan is to watch those videos, and in the process of watching them and immediately afterwards, I'm going to make another decision about the coaching and the training that I offer as part of this Transform Your Life Now content, to go along with and complement the free content that I give in my articles, my images, my Facebook Lives, because you will have gathered, if you've followed me for any length of time, or you will gather as you carry on following me onwards, I love the message. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I love putting the message across, and I love putting the message across for free, which is something I do via this page. That's the vehicle I use to do it. And I'm not going to stop doing that anytime soon, because I love doing it. It is a passion for me, and if it helps other people, I'm going to carry on doing it. And this might sound glib, but I think the more people that put across a message like that, it makes the world a better place. It always sounds glib when I say it, and some people have said to my face, yeah, you're sounding ridiculous. And, oh, well, I make no apology for it, because it's something that I believe. So I'm going to sign off for now. I don't want to slip into waffle mode. Keep in touch. Make sure you've liked the page if you haven't already liked it. Transform Your Life Now with Gordon Bryan. And I will let you know about the upcoming news and developments about the training. And I would like to hear from you back about my message about 42,000 stats from the London Marathon. Hope it is well with you. Wishing you, as ever, health and happiness. I'll speak to you again soon.